Hey everybody, Brian Boyle here, and welcome to episode 103 of the Mesh Tongue. I got it right. Today's topic apparently is rather important to not only me, but you, but probably more me, since yesterday I'm telling you this was episode 103, so I had to write in there 102-ish, because I didn't feel like re-recording it just to put the number in. Yikes. What a week. But hopefully all is well. So 103 of the Mesh Tongue. So disregard yesterday's 103 when I'm telling you 103. Today's episode 103, April Fools, I guess, yesterday. But anyway, so hey, those questions, comments, keep those coming in. Brian, B-R-I-A-N at company, the number 5k.com. I'll be happy to get them back to you, get an answer for you. So today we're going to talk about sleep. 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 Why is it important? Well, for things like yesterday, where I'm telling you it's episode 103 and it's absolutely episode 102. Should have known that because it was only 2 days after we did the big 100. That's what it is. But sleep is massively important for your running. Okay. Basically, when we think about sleep, it's not only just the number of hours that you're laying down, it's the hours of uninterrupted sleep you're getting. So if you're having pain or discomfort that's keeping you up at night, that's not good. If you're only getting 4 or 5 hours of sleep because you're staying up late, you're doing things, that's not good. All right. Hey, I made it through college, 4 hours of sleep. I could not do that now. Just couldn't do it. Just that, at 42 almost here, the body just says, nope, not happening. But 6 hours of sleep, I'm good. Okay. 7, I'm better. 8, too much for me. Okay. 8 just feels like my bones start hurting. So everybody, you got to find what your normal sleep patterns are, and then you got to stick to it. The best thing though to do is to try and keep a normal pattern so you're not changing the hours that you're sleeping. Now, in regards to running, all right, rest is super important to actually help the body recover. So it's not good enough just to be like, oh, I'll get a couple hours of sleep, work, whatever. Your body's going to need to recover. So you've torn down the body through running. You're going to need all of that time. So longer is better. 7, 8 hours of sleep, if you can get it, okay, is better. Getting uninterrupted. Now, if you've got kids and they're coming in waking you up, it's going to be a lot harder. Okay, but however you can do it, that's the best way to do it. So 7 ways to ensure good sleep. Okay, the first one's maintain a consistent sleep schedule. What does that mean? Hey, trying to stay in or get into bed about the same time every night. So if you're up late watching Kimmel or Fallon or one of the talk shows or the news, okay, I would encourage you to try and say, all right, watch it earlier, evening news or whatever, or catch it up on Hulu the next day, whatever it may be, especially if you're into the training schedule and a heavy training schedule. Try and get to bed every night at the same time. Don't be staying up till 11:30, 12 o'clock and then having to get up at 5 in the morning and wondering why 5 hours isn't enough and you're dragging and your running's not where you want it to be. Okay. Number 2, create an optimal sleep environment. Now this is huge. All right, so optimal sleep environment's different for everybody. Okay. I can sleep through most things. I don't have to worry about light in the room and other things. My wife is not like that. She has to worry about light. She's got to worry about, is there something? She's got thinner eyelids, so she tells me. That's what she tells me. But, again, so turn the light on and that interrupts her sleep. Okay, so the smallest of things, so optimal sleep pattern for you. If you need a sleep mask to keep light out, hey, then so be it. Darkness, too much light anyway, it's going to have issues, but it doesn't allow you to get in the deep REM sleep. But the other thing is also make sure it's cool enough in the room. Okay, typically the cooler the better. So if you're in a hot environment, try and keep your room cooler. That'll help with the sleeping as well. Use earplugs, a fan, or a white noise machine to avoid loud noises that can startle or interrupt your sleep. We sleep with a small fan, portable fan. That just creates a white noise. We have our boys do the same thing, so they've always just got a white noise in the background. I find that very easy to sleep with, and fall asleep too. It's a lot better than the TV noise in the background, or if you're living in the city and you've got constant noise or trains or whatever going through, it makes it a little bit harder to sleep. So white noise in the background. Use earplugs if you need to. hey, get all electronic devices off, you know, and usually tell you about an hour beforehand. Okay, you know, again, trying to keep this to a minimum. You know, keep the blue light and all these other things that are coming off these devices. You know, if you're going to read, you know, read a book rather than reading off the screen. I'm guilty of this. You know, guilty as charged. You know, I've certainly been, you know, one to read on my screen. You know, whether it's the tablet or the phone. You know, I've found that I sleep much better if I'm reading from a book to fall asleep with rather than from the screen. Limit your number of naps. Okay, if you nap, make sure they're 20 minutes or less. All right, if you're a napper, I love naps, but they got to be 10-15 minutes. Beyond that, I got to sleep till 2 hours at least. Anything between an hour and 2 hours, I'm done. Okay, absolutely done. But you'll know your body. So limit the amount of naps. That'll make it a little bit harder to get to sleep later on at night. Don't. And hey, don't make major decisions immediately before bed. This is a big one, okay? If you're sitting there thinking, you know, and having to, you know, if you're having a fight, you know, with a family member, you're making some critical decision, you know, try and get that stuff. If you know you have to have an important conversation, have it earlier during the day. You know, it's okay to think about things. If you read a lot of the self-development books, they tell you, hey, you know what? Think about, okay? But don't try and solve. Think about the problem before you go to bed. Let the subconscious kind of work on that overnight. When you wake up the next morning, you know, you should have some fresh ideas. Okay, that's why they say sleep on it with an argument. But, you know, again, don't make life decision, you know, changing decisions before you go to bed. You'll be up all night. Okay. And by the way, this is from Dr. Sean Tyrance. This list. So sorry, Sean. Dr. Sean forgot to mention this. This is from Dr. Sean Tyrance, the PhD sports psychologist that works with us. This is his list, and you know why sleep is important to the mental health. And then also avoid heavy meals, alcohol, caffeine, or nicotine right before bed as well. Any sort of stimulant will reduce your body's ability to fall asleep. Sometimes what we'll do is we'll have you, if you're going to take a nap, all right, naps, not sleep. If you're going to take a nap, all right, sometimes if you're wanting to, you can have some caffeine or something beforehand. Immediately beforehand, it'll take a little while to kick in anyway. Go take your nap, 10-15 minutes. When you wake up, it's almost like this double boost of energy. So, you know, if you're tired, you've been up all night, whatever, and you really want to kind of get an extra boost, have a little caffeine, take a nap, 15 minutes, wake up, and you should notice almost this double in, you know, in the energy that you had prior to that. Well, that's it. So pretty simple in the sense, but it's a lot harder. So simple in concept, a lot harder to actually get through and get your sleep. Anybody else have any other ideas? If you do, leave those questions or comments. I should say comments, leave those below. You know, hey, let's share ideas. What are you doing to help you with sleep? You know, love to hear it. So again, Brian at company5, the number 5k.com with any questions. Check out runpainless.com for more information as well. And as I always say, don't go hurting yourself to come back. We'll see you again tomorrow, Friday. Today is episode 103. Tomorrow will be 104. And hey, thanks for being here. See you again. Take care.